Welcome to Qur'anomics. I'm Qadi Tayyib, and this is part 10 of From the Islam of the Quran to the Islam of the Hadith, Imam Al-Shafi'i, the true founder of traditional Sunni Islam religion. The title, Al-Shafi'i establishes his authenticity greater than others. Al-Shafi'i was not satisfied with all he's done and with establishing the authenticity of a single hadith report on a similar mechanism, nor was he satisfied with establishing a kind of compromise between prophecy and monotheism in the narration. Rather, it equals it in the oneness of the envoy, who are the total of the messengers, envoys, and workers whom the Prophet assigned to carry his message, or in a more clear way, spreading his teaching or carry out his orders, such as Abu Bakr as the governor of Hajj in the year 911 after Hijrah, or Qais ibn Asim, or Azibarkan bil Badr, or Malik ibn Waira when the messenger sent them as workers from his side on their clans and their districts. Al-Shafi'i believes working with the principle of similarity, and it ends with the fact that the proof based on one report is in greater standing even if it is interrupted, continuous, or a single woman's report. And the sunnah of a single hadith report is permissible and forbidden, like the sunnah that is agreed upon. Page 453, 458. This is Al-Shafi'i himself. He wrote it. It is not difficult for anyone to miss what Al-Shafi'i ignores in this statuette trial from the awareness of the common people or his followers, that any single narration after the Prophet's death does not possess any credibility by a long shot, as it did at the Prophet's lifetime. And lying about the messenger during his lifetime is not easy, as it is after his death, a century, 2 centuries, or even 3 later. We're not going to discuss the truth or falsehood of events from the biography of the Prophet, as they were not written in his life and he did not sign them with his signature. But rather, discussion is about how Al-Shafi'i utilized the Prophet's life details to enforce his idea with the emergence of Hadith in the middle of the 2nd century. So we see that how even though the Hadith those days was chaos, there was hundreds of thousands of them, he took advantage of it because most of the people believed that they were right. So he took advantage of it. He filtered whatever he wanted and took what he wanted. And in a way, he organized them, but he took the bad ones. Instead of taking the good ones, he purged the good ones and used the bad one because it coincided with his evilness. And then he compared, not like as we heard from me, that he even made his message greater than all the messengers, because if the Prophet sends somebody, he's comparing himself to them. Similarity, always on similarity, because like I said, similarity has wide boundaries, and that's what Shafi'i loved to do. Similarity, but never analogy, because his basically his religion would be ruined. But people loved it. He loved it, and so far, people today, they love it because their ignorance. They don't know. They don't know what the truth is, because they just think that scholars are holy men, and they should be listened and not argued with. And just like sheep, just like flocks, they're just driving them to ignorance. They live and die on a farm, on a mental farm. So basically, that's it. This is part 10. And think about the little couple of lines and add them up all together, and you'll see what you have. This is Qadi Tayyib from Qur'anomics, and the part 10, and we'll see you in part 11.